All right, so this is the second lecture in the array series. So we are solving the array questions, and in this particular question, I would be explaining an algorithm, very good, algorithm for searching any element into the array. So for searching any, element into the array, we have uh, two important algorithm. For one is linear search, another one is binary search. I would be completing these two, and might be possibility then I would completing the ternary search also, but that is not that much of important. Then that's why we can skip that, or else what we do, we would cover that part also. So we have already done the introduction part for the arrays. Now we are solving the question related to arrays. So let us see. So we are going to solve problems of searching in an array. So what problem statement says is, let us say you have been given an array. Let us say this, you have given an array of 5 size. Let us say 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. You have been given this array. Fine. Along with that, you have been given an number also. Let us say you have been given 3. Then what you have to do, you have to search this number into this array, whether this number is existed or not. If the number exists into the array, then you have to return the position of that number, or what is the index. In this case we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the index. So we have 3 at second index, so we have to return 2. Let us say if I asked you for d equal to 6, so 6 is not existed in into the whole array, then in this case what we have to return, we have to return -1. So this is the question, and how we would solve this problem, let us see also. So for doing such operations, we have an important algorithm called binary search. We have binary search, but we are going to see today linear search. Linear search is not that much of optimized, but we have to see it. That's why I'm covering this also. So see, how we are going to search any element. Let us say you have been provided d equal to 3. How you are going to search this 3? So what you would write a loop from here to here, and you would check for each element whether this element is equal to this one. If that is equal to this one, then you just have to return the index for this. Let us say you have been started with here initially, and if you check whether 3 is equal to 5, this is no, then what you would do, you would just simply increase this counter to here. So this counter is no more existed here, it has been increased to here. So if counter is here, then what you would do, you would check this with this. If this is equal to this, 2 is equal to 3, then you would return the 1. But this is not equal to this, then what you would do, you would simply move this counter to here. Now our counter is here, so we would check whether this is equal to this. Yes, this is exactly similar to this. That means we have got our element at second position. Then what we have to do, we have to return this 2, the index for this. Let us say for 6 also, the case in which we do not find the element. Let us say you have been provided an element d equal to 6. So we would start our pointer from here. Then what we would do, whether we would check whether 5 is equal to 6, this is not, then what we would do, we would increase our counter to here. If 2 is equal to 6, no, then we would again increase this. If 3 is equal to 6, again no, then we would again increase this. If we increase this, then what we would get, our pointer is here. So if 4 is equal to 6, again no, so we would again increase this. If 1 is equal to 6, again no, so we would again increase this. Now our pointer reaches out of the boundary. So if we have reached out of the boundary, then what does it mean? We have not found the element inside this array. That means the position for this element would be -6. So nothing much into this algorithm. Let's directly code it up. So this is how you would, you begin with the arrays program. Firstly, you have been provided a number. Let us say n. I would take the number into n. And you have to, you would be provided n numbers. Let us say you have been provided 5, then you would be provided 5 numbers. So you have to declare an array of 5 size. So this is the syntax for array declaration. So int, and the size for this would be n. Let us see, you have to define this array of 5 size, then you would write 5 here. You have to define 6 size, then you would write 6 here. You have to define n size, you have to write n here. Fine. So this would initialize our array of n size. Now what we have to do, we have to take n inputs from the user. So for that I would have to write a loop. Int I is equal to 0, int I less than n, because we are running our loop from 0 to n, that means from 0 to 4. So we have to take input from the user. Fine. And we have to store this input into the array of I. Let us say I is initially is 1, then we would store, let us say, if it is confusing to you, let us say we have provided n as 5, and here we have declared the array of 5 size 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4. So this is 0th index, which would be here. Fine. So initially the value of I is 0. So let's say I have provided 3 here. So where 3 would be stored? A of 0. I is 0 now. So A of 0 would be stored here, which is 3. Again I provided 5. So now value of I is 1. So I of 1 would be 5. So 5 here. So that is how this is being stored into the array. Fine. Now we have taken the input from the user for array. Now what we have to do, we just have to search the, so we have to take the input from the user also, the number which we have to search into the array. Fine. So we have got the input from the user. Now we have to apply our algorithm. So to apply the algorithm, let us say first define the position, and the position initial value, and the initial value for position would be -1. And we'll write a loop from int I is equal to 0 till n -1, of course. Now what we have to do, we have to check with each element whether A of I is equals to D, which is the element which we have to search. If it is true, then what we have to do, we have to insert the, or assign the position I into the position, which is the index for the current element. And if we got the element, then there is we do not have to move ahead also. If we found the element, let us see here. In the case of 3, we have got 3 here. So there is no mean to check here also. Because we have already got our element. So why to check these 2 elements? So after checking this, we would be breaking the loop. Fine. If not, then we would again increase the I, and after that what we have to print, we just have to print the position here at which index the number is existed. So that's it for this particular linear search algorithm. Let us give it a run also. So I am going to run this particular program, and I would be providing 2 inputs of arrays and the search algorithm also. Let us say I am entering 5, which is the size of array as n, and I am entering 5 values. Let us say 2, 3, 6, 7 and 1. So this is the array. Now what we have to do, we have to provide one more number. Let us say I want to search 3. So what you are expecting in the output? So we are expecting 1 because 3 is existed at first index. So let us run it. So we got 1. Let us run for one more input. I'm entering 5 again and entering the same input again. Now I want to search for 1. So what is the index for 1? It is 4. So we are getting 4. Fine. So that is the logic for linear search. And so in the linear search, what we used to do, we used to check for every number whether this number is equal to this number. Then what we used to do, we just simply return the index for this. If we have traversed through all the all the elements of the array and we have reached at the last of the array, then that means we have not found the element. That means we have to print the -1. So let us run it for -1 also. I forgot to run it for that. So let us run for 5. And now I want to search for 10. 10 is not existed into this. So we got -1. So that means our program is working perfectly and we are getting our output correct. That means our algorithm is perfectly fine. This is the code for, I would say, the linear search. And after that, after solving some question over linear search, we would see the binary search also. So we would complete that also. So till then, see you and see you in the next video.